Captain's log. Stardate 151220. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing alright. Before I go any further, you are not hallucinating. There has not been a tear in the space-time continuum. There has not been a convergence of quantum realities. I am not a mirror universe counterpart, insurgent, whatever you want to call it. This is Prosper, and I am opening with the theme to Star Wars. Why? Duh. Everybody knows Star Wars Episode 7 came out Friday. I saw it. Many of you probably have not. So I am not going to ruin anything. I am, however, going to pay tribute to Star Wars. Right now. That's it. So, that being said, let's move on to normal business for our show. This week's log entry is sponsored by Trek Lady C, who is also known as Captain Christine Hope of the Facebook page Live Long and Prosper. Hit her up. I'll post a link. That way you can find her. That being said, I'm thirsty. One BOC. I've programmed my food slot for the time being to dispense non-alcoholic BOCs. This week, I'm simply drinking sweet tea. Kapla! Alrighty. Outstanding. Hey, you know what? We got some birthdays we got to get to. I got a couple handfuls of birthdays. Good thing I said birthdays, huh? Hold on. My computer's being funny. Hang on. Alright, there we go. Alright. I got this whole handful of birthdays. Let's start it right. Let's just go. First birthday for the week. Guy I actually went to a photo shoot with. He was helping out Corey Menhart of Menhart Photography. Good friend of mine, good dude, Keith Smith. Keith, what's going on, man? How you doing? Hope you had a good birthday. Hope everything was well to you. Hey, you know what? I'm going to drink. Even though it's non-alcoholic now, I'm still going to drink. Alright, next on the list. A lovely lady I went to school with. Graduated with her. I knew her as Nicole Clark. I'm talking about Nicole Stinson. Hey, Nick, what up? What's going on with you? How's life treating you? I hope you're doing well. Hope things are working out for you. I saw recently, well, of course I saw recently you had a birthday. Why else would I be mentioning it here? But hey, Nicole, my dear, I hope things are going well for you. Hope you had a happy birthday. And I drink. Alright, next on the list. She's a big old Navy fan. Well, I don't know about big old, but she's a big old Navy fan, if you know what I mean. Terri Garvin. Terri, my dear, I watched the game where Army tried to beat Navy but didn't work. Hey, you know what? Too bad, Army. So sad. But hey, in your case, for you, go Navy. I can't believe I just said that. But anyway, Terri, hope you had a happy birthday. Saw where your sons were finally able to take you out for breakfast. Take care of you. I drink to you, my dear. Alright, next up, I work with this guy here. Earth Station, Okinawa. Matt Thompson. Matt, what's up, man? How you doing? You get ready to go on vacation? Hope you have some fun. Hope you have a happy holiday while you're out. I'll see you when you get back. Don't drink too many alcoholic beverages. Alright, next on the list. Guy I've known ever since high school. Good dude. We actually hung out and watched a MASH marathon together back in the day. Sam Steven. What's going on, brother? How's life treating you? Hope you're doing well. Hope this message finds you doing well and everything else. Hope you had a happy birthday. And you know what? Celebrate it well. I hoist to you. Alright, next on the list. I know her through one of my mutual friends, my friends over at Beer and Song of the Day. I'm talking about Kendra Goodness. Now, I know nobody's perfect. Kendra, you definitely fall into this because you're a Patriots fan. But you know what? Seemed like a good gal. I can overlook it. I hope Matt spoiled you on your birthday. I hope you had a good one. And you know what? I hope you enjoyed, as it would be referred to as, an adult beverage. Oh. Excuse me. Next on the list. Very good friend. Very good dude. You've heard me mention him before. He's an unofficial sponsor of my page. Wally Fortier of Wally's Aluminum Shaping Process. Currently living in Korea. Yo, Wally, look me up sometime, dude. Come on. You're in the neighborhood. Look me up. But hey, I hope your birthday was a good one. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're not in too much trouble down there, down where you be. Hey, happy birthday. This for alcoholic, it would mean more. But hey, I do what I can. All right, now another guy I know here, and once you hear the name, it's gonna sound obvious that I know him here. Tomoki Yashimi. What's going on, brother? How's life treating you? Hope you had a happy birthday. Hope you got spoiled. You know what? I'm gonna drink to you. All right, hang in there. We're almost there. Just a couple more. 2 more from the day, actually. First guy, I actually had the honor of doing a podcast with. Back about... I recorded it with him over Labor Day weekend. Him and his crew. I'm talking about David Duncan and the rest of the crew over at Synthaholics. Dave, my friend, happy birthday to you. I hope you're doing well. Hope you got... I saw where you all just came out with another episode. I've been gone for a little bit. I've been off the grid, if you will. Excuse me. I got to catch up. I'm slowly getting there. I want to say the last one I listened to was Cogenitor, so that gives you an idea. But Dave and his crew had me on the podcast. We talked about the inner light. I don't know about you guys, but I had a good time. I would love to do it again with you sometime. You know what I want to talk about. But hey, happy birthday to you, my friend. All right, and the final birthday for this week, another gal I went to school with. She actually graduated a year ahead of me. I knew her as Rebecca Black. I'm talking about Rebecca Flynn. Able to give her a good laugh today. Rebecca. Becky. Becca. The hell did we call you in high school? I can't remember. I've slept and killed brain cells between now and then. But hey, happy birthday. I'm glad I was able to give you a laugh today. I hope you get several more. I hope you get spoiled on your birthday. And hey, I drink to you. Hey, look at that. Birthday greetings extended. Before I get into identify this, I have 3 very important greetings I need to extend. My house commander, my house commander, Robyn Dimmitt, the Admiral, Jeff Dimmitt, and my brother-in-law, Matt Clevenger. Now, the house commander had to go back to the States for a little bit. She had to go home, tend to some things going on with her right now, going on in the family. I'm not going to go into details. If you want details, you can hit her up. You can hit Matt up. But, Dad, thank you so much for picking up Robyn. That was a tremendous strain off of her mind. I'm glad you were able to help us out. Robyn, I'm glad you're there to be there with your family, and I'm glad you're also able to take a little bit of strain off your brother Matt. Excuse me. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. Give you 3 the prosper salute. And just be careful. Keep me in the loop. Weird. Okay. All right. Now we can move on to identify this. I had 3 entries. I had 3 this week, and they were all identified. And I'm going to break it down now. Whoop. Maybe. All right. This one, I wanted you to identify the species. Yes, that is Kurtwood Smith, Red Foreman, as he's probably best known as. But the species I wanted you to identify was Crenum. It's a member of the Crenum species. And Dave Jackson, for those of you that follow Prosper, you know the name. He's always chiming in. You nailed it, my friend. Congratulations. Job well done. The next one, I'm going to give Dave some extra credit on this one because he was able to tell me, I think he said it was actually, I'll tell you exactly what he said. He gave me the old FASA designation just for fun. The old FASA designation for this next one was V8, believe it or not. And For those of you that played that know what FASA is and actually played it, you already know what I'm talking about. But I wanted you to identify the starship class. Was that what it was? Yes, I wanted you to identify the class. And Chris Stivers, I think. I probably butchered it. Let me know how it's pronounced. Chris, you nailed it. When you said bird of prey. That is a Romulan bird of prey. That is absolutely correct. And the final entry, the final file for identify this. I wanted to know the program name, but I got to looking at it. It was like, I might want to give you a hint. So I said that you need a command code to activate this, to activate the program. Joe Ballantyne, you hit it right on the head. This is the emergency command hologram. The emergency command hologram is designed to be able to take command of a starship when the entire senior staff, not the senior staff, but when the entire command structure has been compromised. But I am going to give Becky Holmquist a little bit of extra credit. Give her a little bit of love on it because she did chime in. She said it was the EMH Mark I. The EMH Mark I actually was the template for the ECH for the emergency command hologram, as you can obviously tell. But I was looking for the emergency command hologram. I'm going to go ahead and give Becky love. She deserved it. Hey, you know what? I'm going to give you all four the Prosper salute, and I'm going to drink. All right, now, I like getting goodies on Prosper. And I have a new set piece. I was very surprised by this when before we came back to Earth Station Okinawa, my mother, Gail Riggs, she made this just for me. Got the USS Defiant right here. A transport ship of unknown origin. Another one somewhat reminiscent of the Miranda class. What appears to be the hull of the Enterprise E. Over here, the title, Prosper. God Lover. Mom, this thing is awesome. After the holidays, at the first of the year, that's going to go up where the Federation image is posted. Excuse me. Sorry about that. No, Mom, I love that drawing. Thank you so very much. And I want to give some final love to a friend of mine. I know her in Germany. I knew her from Germany. She's living in Alaska now. Sarah and I, sweetheart, I saw a picture of you. I saw a picture that you'd posted not too long ago. I decided, you know what? I'm going to give you some love. And Sarah is a lot like me in regards to the fact that she is an animal lover. She has at least 2 dogs. Just like me. 2 dogs. And she loves the ever-loving crap out of them. Sarah, you are probably one of the best people I know. And you know what? I hope you find somebody. I really do. My hat's off to you, my dear. Figured I'd give you some love. I don't think I've ever done it except for maybe birthdays. But hey, you know what? There we go. Last greeting. Let's take a drink. All right. Additional greetings have been extended. Now, folks, for those of you that know this time of the year, you know what time it is for the entry. That's it, folks. It's football time, and I've got my picks here lined up for Week 15. To include current scores, and as of right now, the Dallas Cowboys, to nobody's surprise, have been eliminated from the playoffs. Like we knew it wasn't going to happen. But I'm going to run through them. Buccaneers, Rams for Thursday night. I correctly predicted the Rams to win. The final score was 31-23. Jets, Cowboys. I predicted the Jets to win, but it didn't look like it was going to. But 1916 Jets, field goal and an interception off the Cowboys sealed the fate. Like I said, the Cowboys have been eliminated. Bears, Vikings. Now, excuse me. The Bears are too inconsistent this season, so I can't go with them. I can't rightfully pick them to win. I got to go with the Vikings. Falcons, Jaguars. Now, I happen to know that this game is Beer and Song of the Day's game of the week. I'm going with the Falcons on this one. I don't think the Jaguars are going to win. This is a home game for the Jags, but I don't think that's going to matter. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong, but I'm not betting on it. I'm saying the Falcons are going to win this one. Texans, Colts. Now, this is a big game. This is a big game for the AFC. This one could very well determine the ownership of the AFC South. Both teams are competing for first. We have a tie record of 6-7, but the Colts hold the tiebreaker because they've already beat Houston before. But I am saying the Colts are going to go. I'm saying the Colts are going to win. Both teams, however, are starting their backup quarterback. So this game should be interesting. Panthers, Giants. Now, I see the Panthers ending the regular season 16-0. But at the same time, something's telling me that the upset's going to happen on this one. I'm predicting the Panthers are going to win. Titans, Cheaters. Now, rumor has it that Tom Brady's on his period this week and may not start. Yeah, I had to go there. I saw it like Tom Brady questionable for an illness on Friday. Dude better have it coming out both ends if he's going to miss practice. Otherwise, he's just a wuss. But that being said, I am saying that the Cheaters are going to win. The Titans I don't have enough faith in the Titans for them to pull off the upset. Bills, Redskins. I'm going with the Bills. Both teams are too inconsistent, but I don't think the Bills are better than the Redskins. Chiefs, Ravens. No contest. I'm going with the Chiefs. What? Browns, Seahawks. Ain't no way in hell the Browns are going to win. I'm going with the Seahawks. Packers, Raiders. I'm going with the Pack. I'm sorry, Raiders fans, but I think the Raiders got lucky last weekend. I honestly do. Broncos, Steelers. Denver is pissed after losing to Oakland. I am calling the Broncos on that one, but I will be honest, this is one that could go either way. I didn't put that up in my post, but I am going to say it now. This one could go either way. Dolphins, Chargers. Did I note it? No, I didn't note it. This one is my toilet bowl for the week. I am going with the Dolphins, even though the Chargers are the home team. The Thupa Chargers are an absolute joke this year. So I'm going with the Dolphins. Bengals, 49ers. I am saying the Bengals. If the 49ers can lose to the the 49ers can lose to the Browns, I'm just going to... No. I can't even follow that up. Cardinals, Eagles. I'm going with the Cardinals. They already have a playoff berth, but I think they already have a playoff spot. But it's too close to call them the champs of the NFC West. The Eagles, however, are very inconsistent, but I don't see the Eagles winning at home this weekend. And Lions, Saints, this one is strictly a home field pick. This one's pretty much just an exhibition. Neither team will be in the playoffs this year. I am, however, going to go ahead and go with the Saints. Like I said, home field pick. That being said, NFL, done. All right, let's talk a little bit about some Trek history for the week after I drink. All right. December 14th, 2006. This is the first on Prosper, but I am talking about, I think this may be a first. I am talking about the release, no, it's not the first, but Star Trek Legacy is released for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Now, why am I bringing that up? Simple. This is the first video game that features the voices of all 5 captains. Archer, Prime Kirk, Picard, Sisko, and Janeway. They were all 5 captains at the time, but if you look at it from a universe point of view, It is all 5 captains. December 15th, 1968, actor Garrett Wang was born. Wang? Wong? I think it's Wong. I've heard it called Wong before. Actor Garrett Wang is born, played Ensign Harry Kim on Star Trek Voyager. He was never promoted. That's a shame. He was never promoted until the last episode where he was a captain. But I don't want to give too much away. I may have already. I don't want to give any more away. Turns 47, December 18th, 2008. The First Lady of Star Trek, Majel Barrett Roddenberry, died at the age of 76 from leukemia. Now, she has the distinction of having been featured either in person, by voice, or both in every incarnation of Star Trek. The original series, the animated series, the original series movies, The Next Generation, where she played Loxana Troy and the Enterprise and Starfleet computers. Let me back up. The original series, she played the original pilot's first officer. She played number 1 in the cage, and she also played Christine Chapel, as well as voiced aliens and computers. The animated series, she also voiced Christine Chapel, other female characters, and aliens, computers. The movies, Christine Chapel, especially the motion picture and The Voyage Home. The Next Generation is already mentioned. Deep Space Nine, she also appeared as Loxana Troy in approximately 3 episodes, and she was also Federation Computers. Voyager, Federation Computers. Enterprise, even though in the mirror universe, she still voiced the Federation Computer. I'll get to that one later. And in 2009, Star Trek, she voiced the computer of the Enterprise in the alternate timeline. And also, she voiced in Nemesis she was the voice of the Enterprise computer. Not just Nemesis, but also any Next Generation film she was featured in. Woo, that was confusing. If y'all are off track, sorry, but that was just a lot. I tried to streamline it the best I could. Finally, today, 45 years ago, actress Nicole DeBoer was born. She played Ezri Dax in the last season of Deep Space Nine, or as she was known as Ally McTrill. There's a reason behind that. Go look it up. Alright, that is all I have this week in Trek history. I love my boys out there. Glad they're having fun. Alright, now, let us move into the databank, shall we? This week's entry, that kind of off episode, Spock's brain. Folks, you know what that means. That's a spoiler alert. Ladies and gentlemen, the following segment contains spoilers. The Enterprise is on patrol when they come across an unknown vessel. The Enterprise approaches with their defense systems activated. Spock notes the vessel is being powered by ion propulsion. The vessel has one inhabitant who transports to the bridge of the Enterprise and renders the entire crew unconscious. She makes her way over to Spock, touching his face for some unknown reason. After the alien ship departs, the crew regains consciousness. As Kirk asks for an assessment, he discovers that Spock is missing. McCoy calls the bridge frantically, telling Kirk to get down to sickbay. Upon arrival, McCoy has Spock on total life support. He doesn't know what happened, but states that Spock was worse than dead. His brain is gone. Due to Spock's Vulcan physique, however, his body was able to hang on until McCoy put him on life support and will continue to function for 24 hours. Kirk and Scotty realize the girl took Spock's brain and decide to go after her, following her propulsion trail. On the bridge, Sulu detects her ion trail again, and they pursue. With 8 hours to go before Spock's dead, they lose the trail. 3 planets in the Sigma Draconis system, which is dead ahead, are able to sustain life. Planet 3 has a culture comparable to Earth's 15th century, while Planet 4 is roughly where we are now, early 21st century, and Planet 6 is in a glacial age with no technological developments. Uhura picks up a high-energy signal from Planet 6, whose pulses are steady. The energy signal pulses are steady. I just lost my spot. As far as the search, Chekhov recommends Planet 3, while Sulu suggests Planet 4. Kirk, however, playing a hunch, decides on Planet 6. In orbit of Sigma Draconis 6, Kirk beams down with a landing party. In a slip of the tongue, Kirk calls Scotty Spock when asking for a life form reading. They detect something big, but no buildings or technology on the surface. The party comes under attack from the inhabitants, who are throwing rocks and clubs at the Starfleet officers. Kirk is able to stun the closest one of them, causing the other 4 to run away. Kirk and the local discuss their differences when the local mentions the givers of pain and delight. Kirk asks him to take him to the givers as Chekhov detects a foundation under the surface. Before they can get anywhere, the local runs off and Kirk lets him go. Scotty finds a cavern with food and weapons. Kirk steps in and notices a blinking light, discussing with Scotty and Chekhov its use. Kirk calls for McCoy to beam down, who has Spock with him, operating him by remote control. Remote-controlled Vulcan. Wish I had one of those. Kirk, Spock, McCoy, and Scotty all walk into the cave, ordering Chekhov and the security guards to stay on the surface. As Kirk breaks the light beam, a door closes and the cave begins a downward drop. Scotty reports the power source is getting closer, stating that the source is either a nuclear pile hundreds of miles across or it's ion power. As the door opens, they're greeted by a woman with an armband on, similar to the armband the woman on the Enterprise was wearing. Kirk manages to daze her for a moment, taking her armband and questioning her about Spock's brain, to which McCoy confirms she knows nothing about. Scotty has a signal he can't lock onto with his communicator, but once it's close to Spock, they're able to talk to his brain. Weird. Before they can get very far, Kirk, McCoy, and Scott are put down by the woman that took Spock's brain. The 3 are woken up, now wearing metal belts with unknown devices on them. Their leader questions them as to why they are here. They go back and forth about Spock's brain while she denies knowing anything about what Kirk's talking about. McCoy defends her claim, stating that she may not have the knowledge to remove a brain. Their leader offers them a chance to leave, but Kirk doesn't go. He deduces that Spock's brain controls everything in the complex and attempts to get on their good side. Before they can get too far, they are rendered helpless by their belts. After a few moments, they come to, being kept from leaving and prevented access to their equipment minus the phasers. Kirk gets frustrated about not being able to contact Spock and is able to overcome the guards with the assistance of McCoy and Scott. Kirk contacts Spock and manages to have a locator beam sent to Scotty's tricorder. With just under 6 hours to go, they set off to find Spock's brain. En route, Spock informs them that the red button on a bracelet will release the pain bands they are wearing. As they enter the control room, Kirk attempts to charge their leader Kara before being put down. As Spock's body isn't reacting to the pain, Kirk uses him to disengage the pain bands. Upon being freed, Kirk describes Spock's environment. He demands to know how Kara took Spock's brain, who describes putting on a teacher, indicating a helmet connected to a computer by a cable. Suspect you think it might be USB? Not by then. Kirk puts it on her head, who gains Spock's knowledge of certain things, including how to use a phaser, which has been set to kill. After disarming Kara, Kirk and company determine that the knowledge can be used to put his brain back in his body, which lasts for 3 hours. McCoy states that may be just enough time, and takes the knowledge to use, despite the risk of losing him compared to the certainty that Spock would be lost. After being provided with the knowledge, McCoy states that a child could do it. With only one chance to use the knowledge, McCoy is seen to be operating on Spock at warp speed. However, before he can finish the procedure, McCoy starts forgetting what to do, and attempts to restore Spock's speech center. McCoy states that Spock's dying. Suddenly, Spock speaks. McCoy fine-tunes his work on the speech center and continues the operation with Spock's guidance. After some time, the operation appears to have been a success. McCoy states that he could have made 1,000 mistakes. However, Spock congratulates and thanks him. Spock begins giving a history of the planet and its society to the dismay of the crewmates. And that is it for that. Let us go behind the scenes. This was the 3rd season's premiere written by Lee Cronin, the pseudonym of former writer and producer Gene Coon. Based on his April 1968 storyline, this episode underwent significant revisions before the final draft. Among the early concepts, Spock's brain was taken while he, Kirk, and McCoy were exploring the surface of an asteroid. The antagonists were from the planet Nephel and were known as the Nephilis. Their leader is a male named Ervon, E-H-R-V-O-N. Also, there is no mention of the teacher. When Kirk contacts Spock's brain, he instructs the brain to go into the Slanpora, the Vulcan state of complete mental control. McCoy received no transfusion of any special surgical knowledge except for a study of the planet's advanced surgical techniques. Only when combined with his existing medical knowledge is he able to perform the surgery. After McCoy completes the brain implant surgery, Spock experiences several side effects from McCoy, having reversed the connections of several nerve endings, causing Spock to, among other things, laugh when he wants to sneeze. He is, however, able to restore the errors with his own mental disciplines. That last bit would have been funny to see. That would have been a nice way to cap the episode, in my opinion. Co-producer Bob Justman, who described the episode as being late lamented, contributed to this story by suggesting that Spock's brain direct Dr. McCoy in the operative procedures of replacing it into Spock's body. In Up Till Now, his 2008 autobiography, William Shatner jokes that the plot of this episode is a tribute to NBC executives who had slashed the show's budget and placed the show in an undesirable time slot. That makes sense. This is the only episode title of the original series that includes an Enterprise crew member's name. However, working from an early draft of The Man Trap, James Blish gave that episode the title of The Unreal McCoy in his collection Star Trek I. Spock was honored again in the motion picture Star Trek III: The Search for Spock. In the later series, few of the main cast ever had this privileges, and never the actual captain. The character name most present in the titles is Data, such as in Data Lore, Elementary Dear Data, Data's Day, and A Fistful of Datas. The second one, with two titles, is Julian Bashir from Our Man Bashir and Dr. Bashir, I presume. Others had just one title each. Deanna Troi, who shared it with her mother Loxana, in Menage a Troi, Quark in The House of Quark, Tuvok and Neelix, who had to share the same character in Tuvix, and the EMH Doctor in Tinker, Tenor, Doctor, Spy. Among recurring characters, Q has the lion's share with no less than 8 titles: Hiding Q, Q Who, Deja Q, Cupid, and True Q from The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine's Q Less, and Voyager's The Q in the Gray and Q2. Notably, none of the captains are cited in a title. That's unusual. This was the latest episode to be directed by This was the last episode to be directed by regular Trek director Mark Daniels. The score for this episode, by Fred Steiner and recorded on August 26, 1968, was reused in later episodes during the playback of Kirk's final message in the Tholian Web, and Kirk's return in the transporter room in the same episode, for example. The battle music from this episode later scored Kirk and King's sword fight in The Day of the Dove. This is the first and only episode, besides the pilot, where characters walk in front of the main view screen showing a moving starfield. This was achieved by using rear projection instead of the usual post-production matte while used in view screen shots. A gag scene was filmed during the production of this episode, showing Leonard Nimoy in handcuffs with a prop gun pointed at him, holding a newspaper with the headline, "Spock gets 2-year prison term." Psychologist Benjamin Spock was sentenced to prison after encouraging draft evaders and claimed the Vietnam War to be anti-constitutional on July 11, 1968, during the filming of this episode. Now, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. The authors of the guidebook, Star Trek 101, have applied its title to the Spock's Brain Award given to the worst episode of each series voted on by fans. The recipients are from the animated series, The Lorelei Signal, the Next Generation episode Genesis, which I disagree with, the Voyager episode Threshold, and the Enterprise finale, These Are the Voyages. Honestly, I think if an episode from the Next Generation were to receive that honor, I would have to give it to Code of Honor. Sorry, that one just doesn't sit well with me. Westheimer Effects created the unique glaciated planet seen from orbit in this episode. The control device used to pilot the brainless Spock, later identified as a neural stimulator, this thing, was designed by Matt Jeffries. Sketches depicting several design variations of this prop, including an optional variant with antennae and a chest band variant, reminiscent in design to the pain bands, appeared in the Star Trek The Original Series sketchbook. Footage of the iMorg's computer display in operation is recycled footage from Assignment Earth and the Paradise Syndrome, which hasn't aired yet, which I haven't touched on yet. Oh well. The jumpsuit that Leonard Nimoy wears on the planet's surface appears to have been the same one he wore in This Side of Paradise, complete with black shirt. This is the only instance of Sulu recording a log entry while in command during the original series. In his log entry, he refers to Sigma Draconis 6 as Sigma Draconis 7, a mistake Kirk made in an earlier log entry as well. The lexicon in the Star Trek Concordance also makes note of this oversight in dialogue. Kirk also lists the wrong stardate at the beginning of Act 2 as 4351.5 when it's supposed to be 5431.5. This marks the second of 5 times that Sulu is seen in the captain's chair while temporarily in command. The first time happened in Errand of Mercy. The next 3 occur in the Enterprise incident, The Lights of Zatar, and the Savage Curtain. Excuse me. Here's funny. Here's one. None of the red shirts who accompanied the landing party to Sigma Draconis 6 die. Instead, they get to relax around a rock heated by Chekhov's phaser. The novelization of this episode explained that McCoy was the only person who could use the Great Teacher since he had pre-existing medical knowledge, showing why the other members of the crew could not use the Great Teacher to assist in healing Spock. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have. Folks, I want to take a moment to thank all of you for taking your time to watch this entry, be it on Facebook, YouTube, or streaming it from either Apple TV, your phone, tablet. However you did it, keep doing it. I thank you for watching. Let's finish my beverage. It's dead, Jim. And it is time to make like the Enterprise and warp out. Everybody take care. Have an awesome night or day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and if you do, name it after me. Don't drink and drive because you might spill your drink, but more importantly, you might kill yourself or someone else. And drinking and driving is dumber than being a Twilight fan. And what's worse than that is rooting for cheating little wussy bastards like Tom. Giselle won't let me go to the Pro Bowl, and I'm on my period this week, so I'm probably not going to play. Brady, men slapping women, racism, animal abuse, fake friends, people who ouch on bets, anyone who is a member of, supports, or defends ISIS or the Westboro Baptist Church, who tried to picket Leonard Nimoy's funeral, but couldn't do it because they couldn't find it. Things like that are highly illogical, and I will not make time for them. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I wish you all to live long and prosper.